Outside the small hall, Robert lost himself immediately in a sea of people. Over 100,000 people were simultaneously exiting the convention. Orderly was not a word to describe it. Crowds of comic book characters were all shuffling to escalators, adding a sense of comedy to the otherwise tragic event. Children were crying. Parents were shouting names of lost or misplaced young ones. Friends were on their phones calling other friends. All of this was going on while the crowds were making their way down the stairs to the exits on the first floor. It took Robert almost 15 minutes to exit the convention center. Once outside, he noticed that the sun was setting to the west over the harbor. The streets of the Gaslamp were cluttered with policemen trying to exit the convention center as peacefully as possible. Robert felt his pocket vibrate and pulled out his phone to see a reply from Ed. "Got it. See you there. Be safe." A large hand pushed Robert from behind. Robert twisted free and found a large policeman glaring at him. "Eyes up, move along." The only other thing fuller than the streets was the air itself. Shouts, cries, screams, and yells were filling every ounce of free space between the small, sweaty gaps of people. One yelp that seemed more like an animal than a human caught Robert in the side of the face, causing him to jump to the side and fall on his hip. At first, people walked over him. Then, a few people stepped on his hand. After getting a few kicks to his head and back, Robert started shouting, begging someone to help him up. The exodus proved stronger than Robert's need for respite. More and more conventioners trampled over him, not noticing he was there at all. Robert rolled over, pushing himself over feet and under legs until he got to the convention wall. When he stood, he found himself in the center of a large, empty space. His arm felt wet. Above the cacophony of chaos, he heard someone shouting, "Hey, move along, get out of there!" He fingered his wet forearm and brought a pair of bloody fingers to his face. His arms were coated in blood. Robert had rolled into a puddle of blood blocked off by police tape. A drop of blood bounced off his nose. He looked up as another drop smacked his bottom lip. Robert wanted to scream, but he couldn't. A policeman grabbed him by the shoulders, pulling him out of the way of the crime scene. Robert refused to look away. Hanging from the overpass was a naked, bloody body hanging by its feet.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.